Hello guys, what's up? This is Turtle, and I said I'd talk about Attack on Titan after I finished it, and this will be a video with spoilers and stuff going on. There's a video on the side there, kind of just showing some of the deaths and death scenes in the show. So there's definitely spoilers in this. Sorry if you didn't want to see spoilers, don't watch this. But if you have already watched the show and you want to talk about it or discuss some of your thoughts on it, I'm one of those guys that wants to talk about shows after I see them, and this is a show that really I couldn't figure out why people liked it. I watched it. I kind of forced myself to watch it, and I don't know. There's like it's got a lot of emotion and a lot of stuff going on in the show, uh, and it's got the worst enemy design. Like, it's giant babies basically running at you. I mean, look at these things, and they're just that's the part that's the hardest thing for me to get over. I mean, if they had made them like giant zombies or something, or giant werewolves or something, I mean, something cool, covered, not these naked freaky things. I don't know what's up with giant naked, stupid people. I mean, they're basically a zombie, but then even in the show, they're like, no, they're just eating people to eat people. They don't really, you know, eat them. They pretty much regurgitate them afterwards. So they're doing it just for fun. It's like a game to them. But I mean, there's so many things in this show that actually I feel like never get answered. And I know this is like the first season, and there's now planned to be a second season in like 2016. That's a long time to wait. And if that's just a second season in Japanese with English subtitles, that means I gotta wait a lot longer because I'm waiting for the dubbed versions, and I'm one of those people that only watches dubbed anime, pretty much because I try and watch anime and go to sleep, so I can't really like read and sleep at the same time. I just never make it anywhere with that, and so look at these monsters they create. They're just so dumb looking, and I that was the hardest thing to get past. And then they finally get to a point where they're fighting, like really intensely later in the show, and then the show's like over, like all of a sudden you're out of show. And that's where it starts getting kind of disappointing to me. That it's so popular. People are so into the show. I mean, they show some of the cool things like the Colossal and the Armored Titan that they're showing right there, really early in the show, the first couple episodes, and then you don't see that stuff again until like episode 20 or something, somewhere in there, and you just don't understand why. Some of the characters are just so like freaked out. They get these like blank face, just what do I do? I'm gonna die. We're all gonna die. We have no chance at winning, no chance at surviving. And I don't know. It's weird because I mean I guess there'd be a lot of people that would feel like that, but like these are your like military trained personnel that are going out to fight these things that are getting dumbfounded and just have this blank, and that's like the hardest thing for me. It's like I don't know how many of these guys can go out and fight and stuff and still end up uh having this like I can't move attitude sometimes, and they're showing stuff now from some of the backstory for two of the characters that like they went through some serious hard crap. They went through uh, you know, really traumatizing thing earlier before the show happens. And then they get to this point where they're like, we need, we want to fight and kill all the Titans, and then they still have these moments. Even the main character Aaron gets these points where he's just like, I can't do anything, but I need to kill all the Titans. He's just kind of he's not as bad as some of the other characters and some of the just random people that you see. I mean, I couldn't figure out who was supposed to be like living characters in this show because they kept killing so many people in the first 10, 15 episodes. I was like, I don't know who I'm supposed to be following here other than Aaron. And then even there's a couple scenes, a couple episodes where he kind of gets disappeared, and you're just, I mean, this is spoilers, so he gets eaten, swallowed by a Titan. You're just like, what the crap, and then he just comes back because they're like, yeah, you know what? He's cooler than these other guys. He's got a superpower. What? Like, it's still not explained throughout the whole show. When they finally get done, he's like barely figured it out, barely knows what he can do, barely knows his power. Sometimes it fails him, and you're kind of thinking like he has to have a purpose to do it. So sometimes he's just trying to like bite his thumb and it's not working. He thinks it's just through pain he turns into a Titan, but it's not. It's like he has to have a goal. And then that one time he goes to grab the spoon and Titan arm, and you're just like, I see what's happening. I get it, but they're taking like 3 episodes to explain this whole process and like have a whole issue of him not being able to figure it out, and then the other people around him being like, "He's a freaking Titan. We don't like this. This is dumb. He's gonna, betray us, kill us, whatever. We're gonna get killed for him. It's not worth it. Blah blah blah." And it's really hard to watch, and I don't know. I don't quite get why this is such a hyped up anime. I mean, look at that stupid face on the Titan there, and these guys are fighting it in like gear that makes them spin around and zip through the air and stuff, and then they have these moments where they freak out and they're like, ah, and then there's some guys just standing there like, oh, what do we do? Oh, he's going in. I guess we go in too, and they freak out. And I mean, I get high stress, high anxiety kind of situations going on, but the enemy is just so dumb, and I'm having a hard time seeing why this is such a popular anime. I mean, this is like one of those animes that people like go nuts over. People have been like, "Oh man, Attack on Titan is the best thing. Cool, awesome, it's so gory, so bloody. Look how dumb those stupid faces are. Titan, grab string, like." And they're not even talking. They're just look at that dumb face, man. Those things, they're weird. I don't get it. I mean, I get when anime is like Death Note. I get it. Like that is an intense, crazy anime. I get, why Dragon Ball Z, and I get why Pokemon, and I get why Bleach and some other animes are really popular. Naruto, I get Naruto. Naruto was one of those ones where I couldn't get into it at first because it was such a weird, he's such an annoying character. But like after watching it, I get it. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens in the show, and it's not the character of Naruto that's actually really exciting about the show. It's other characters. But in this, I mean, there's so many characters like this guy who you barely see, and he's like, I made a gun. And then she's like, why? And then he blows his brains out because he doesn't want to be there anymore. And I don't think you even knew who that guy was in that. So you don't have this, like, connection. You don't have this, like, built background on most of these characters. You get Armin and Eren and the Mika characters, as kind of your main characters, but I still, that's not quite enough, and then you get all these other characters that have, their moments, but I don't feel like it's fully developed enough to have the hype that it has, and it has such a hype, I don't understand. You see, these giant, stupid looking things smashing someone, and they just, I don't know, they want to fight, but then they freeze, and then they get caught, and then they're just like, I'm stuck, and then everyone that's around should just be like zip zip zip, cut things, heads off, and they freeze and they don't do it, and you just see, guy gets crushed, blood everywhere, but it's not, I don't know, it's not very entertaining to me. Like, it feels like it's lacking something, and I still can't quite place what it is, but I'm disappointed that this is like what everyone expects out of anime. This is what everyone wants, and how exciting, and they had some cool artwork. They had some, like, I mean, some of the frames go to this like still frame thing where it kind of slides and pans and stuff, but they had some cool kind of I don't know, trying to think what I'm trying to say. I mean, they have some cool aesthetics, the styles of things, and they got these cool Spider-Man suits where they can zip around and stuff, and you get to see some of the action with that. But then again, they're still fighting these naked giant things, and then you finally get later in the shows, you get to this character, this Titan, the girl Titan, the female Titan, Annie, later gets revealed, and you're just like, I kind of could see that she was like a psychopath when they showed her earlier in the show, but they didn't do anything with it. And then when they do reveal her, she's totally got the Titan transformation thing down, and Aaron's still like a total noob about it. Like, he can't do anything. How come nobody's noticed that she goes missing from the the military police during that whole thing where they're chased her in the forest out of town and stuff, and then they go back to where all of a sudden she's just back in town when Aaron and them go back to town after they fail the attempt capture. What? How did she not get noticed missing? Military police can just like take leave whenever they feel like it. I don't understand this. Like, there's a lot of things missing in the story that bug me, and I don't. I mean, I hate to nitpick like that. Normally, I'm normally just like, yeah, let it go. But this is one that it's so popular and people love this show so much. I hear so much hype for it. I don't get it. Like, I feel like it could have been a little bit better. I feel like there could have been a little bit better design. And I heard, now I'll go into what I've heard hearsay about manga and stuff being compounded into too much to make like one season. They put too much variety from the manga, too much length in a timeline, mashed it into like a single story, and that's where part of the problem comes. I get that that could be part of the problem, but I don't know that they needed to do that. I think they, if they did the one season and then said, hey, this is really good, we could do more, then they could have worked on expanding and going through more of the different timelines and different stuff. And I don't know, I feel like they just maybe they didn't expect it to actually be such a successful anime. Maybe they just thought, it's okay manga, but anime wise, who knows? And you get to some of the stuff where like Annie has these ability to turn her whatever fingertips into crystals and harden her skin to protect herself. And you still don't know it's her at this point, but it's definitely. I mean, they're kind of just jumping around throughout the show at this point, near the end of it, just showing a lot of death scenes. But you know what? Like, there's just things that I don't know, don't feel coherent to me, don't feel completely fleshed out. Is that a pun? I don't know, because these Titans are fleshed out, but that's all they got. I and just the giant stupid faces that the average brainless zombie like Titans make. They could have called them zombies. They could have called them something. They could have gave us a little bit more of the background of how these things got here. They kind of just, we don't know what happened. We've had 100 years of almost peace, and then whoops, and then stuff started getting into our town, and then craziness, and then you also have these church cultist kind of things that are like, hail the whatever wall rose wall. What, I don't even remember what they are. The three walls. They're like, those were the great somethings in our religion. Blah blah blah. And you're just like, I don't understand why is this a thing? And that it seemed like there was going to be something more to that, but it just never happened. It didn't. I'm going to skip back to that earlier stuff, but it just didn't happen, and I don't know. I still feel like it just missed an opportunity to be better, and I personally, it's not one that I would recommend. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe when there's like a second season or more, or if you're into the manga or something, or if you're into cosplay, there's some easy cosplay stuff you can buy through Amazon. Some of like the jackets, and then even some of the wigs and stuff. So you could totally do cosplay some of these characters if you're really into it. But I just don't see the appeal. Like, somehow this one didn't resonate with me. Like a lot of the main big animes I normally do get into, especially the ones that become English dubbed and really popular English dubbed ones. And this one I think got some of the really good voice actors and stuff. I think the voice acting was really good in it. But again, the Titans are just so boring, such a lackluster enemy for the most part until you get to the very end of the show. First season, you get to where he's fighting Annie's character, and she's a smart, intelligent one, and they kind of mention that maybe the Colossal Titan and maybe the Armored Titan are like Eren, but they never discovered that. It never happened. Nothing ever got resolved with those. It just, whoops, things happened. They broke in, and a lot of people died, and there's a lot of death in this. It's a very gory anime, so I think it's probably pretty hard for some people that are against gore and stuff to even just sit through and watch this. But I mean, I'm not one of those people that really deals with that issue so much. That's not the part that bothers me. But I could see that being a big issue for a lot of the people that I know that I've watched anime with that are just like, this is too gory or too much with other shows. So this one, there's a lot of stuff. They're still shooting cannons at Titans, and it has like almost no effect most of the time. And they still have to go in and cut the head off, and it's just, I don't know, it's so weird. It's weird that this is such a popular thing to me. It kind of bothers me that the main antagonist villain characters are so boring. But maybe when they get the second season, maybe that'll change for me. I generally like animes that have a lot more character development and stuff, or just a lot of shows like Bleach, that has 300 something episodes, or Naruto that has 500 something episodes, and I can generally get through a lot of episodes. Even if there's dry spells or filler episodes or something, I can normally get through that. This is a bit too new, and so it doesn't have that many episodes there. It's just the 26 episodes for now, or 25 episodes for now, rather. And I don't know. I feel like it's just a little less than I expected, and I would have really hated to be one of those people that was like waiting for like every 2 weeks to get an episode or whatever, every week to get an episode, however often this came out. It would have bugged me because there's so many cliffhangers. The cliffhangers in this are horrendous, and I mean the Battle for Trost or whatever was like 9 episodes. It was like something, Battle for Trost, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like that's how they named their episodes. That's like I don't know, they're really planning on making this huge sequence thing, and every one of them ends with like someone got caught, someone got grabbed, someone got something. Aaron's missing, Aaron got caught, Aaron had to save what's his name, Armin. There's so many things like that that just really bothered me, and it was like, oh, now I have to watch another episode. And maybe if you're into it, I don't know. I wasn't as into it as some people. So, some of these characters that are just sitting back like this, just scared when someone goes in to do anything, and then eventually some of them go in, some of them just stand there and just get killed for standing there, and it's hard. It's really hard to watch. And they have these cool suits, but they have to fight in these building areas, and the Titans are just kind of like zombies walking through these big old streets, grabbing string, yanking their chain. It's weird. I don't know. I think it's just not one I can recommend. Maybe you like it. Maybe it's the kind of thing you're into. Let me know what it is about it that makes you guys into. I know this is a spoiler episode, so I'm not expecting anyone who didn't know if they wanted to watch this to have watched this. Hopefully not, because you would have spoiled probably a bit just watching the video, and then me talking about some of the plot twists and stuff is pretty bad spoilers. But you are warned. But for those of you that did like it or do enjoy this anime so much, let me know, like in comments on YouTube or on Twitter or something. You can hit me up on Twitter at turtlenumber13. I want to know what's the appeal, what's the draw, what makes you really want to watch this show or be so invested in it? Because I didn't feel it. It wasn't for me. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This will be up on YouTube shortly, and I really appreciate any likes, comments that I get. It helps me out in getting seen, and anyone that subscribes, you'll get to see my videos as they come out. And I appreciate everyone for watching, and we'll have some more anime talk and discussion up sooner or later. I'm planning on getting some more video games footage up sometime this week, next week, and then another Turtle Talk at some point. But yeah, Attack on Titan, my conclusion, I'm not going to need to watch it again for a while. At least it was only like 25 episodes, so I didn't really waste that much time watching it. So, oh well, I'll move on.